Bit of a departure today. Thought I'd nip down to my old stamping ground and check out the first county championship match of the summer at Lords. It's always a great occasion here, the first game on this hallowed turf, and check out the form of two England hopefuls, Stephen Finn and Sam Robson. England's first test of the summer here at Lords isn't until June the 12th against Sri Lanka, and it's anyone's guess what England's lineup is going to be because of injury, because of loss of form, retirement, or some external factors. There are only 4 certainties in that England team. Alastair Cook, of course, the captain, Ian Bell probably at number 3, and the 2 fast bowlers Stuart Broad and Jimmy Anderson. All the other places are up for grabs, and it'll be particularly interesting to see who the selectors opt for to open with Alastair Cook at the top of the order. Michael Carberry had that spot in the winter, but I suspect now the choice is between Joe Root, who has done the job before and is hoping to recover from his thumb injury, and the new young pretender Sam Robson of Middlesex. Their first class records are quite similar. Root averaging 44. Of course, he has got the 2 test hundreds in his 16 test appearances to go with his 9 first class hundreds, but the selectors might think about putting him at number 4 for his extra versatility and putting Robson up to open. His first class average of 42 is pretty good. Notice how many hundreds as well. 12 hundreds and 16 50s, which means 28 50s in total, 12 of which he's converted to 100. That's really impressive. Robson is a very meticulous player with a careful routine before each ball, precisely placing his feet, adjusting his pads and generally trying to feel comfortable at the crease, going through this routine before each ball. And he looks very organised at the crease, and he plays very straight too. He faced up to a bowler familiar to England viewers during the winter, Peter Siddle, making his debut for Notts, and he caused him an early problem or two just outside the off stump. Robson playing away from his body, pushing at the ball and lucky not to get an edge. But off the back foot he looks extremely comfortable and very much in control, getting the bat very close to the body, playing the ball down right under his nose and picking up a lot of runs through the leg side. If you stray onto middle and leg, you'll pay against Sam Robson. In fact, even if you drop short around the off stump, he'll put you away, even if you're a bowler with nearly 200 test wickets. What concerns me slightly is his method against the fuller ball just outside the off stump. It's a really important area for opening batsmen because the ball is swinging a little bit when it's new, and you need to have soft hands and good footwork to negotiate top class bowling. Look at this one here, and he's playing forward to Siddle. He does actually hit the ball, but he gets into a poor position and only afterwards really gets his feet actually moving after he's hit the ball. And you can see what I mean by the way he played that one was he actually pushed outside his body position here with a big gap between his hands and his body, pushing away in a slightly rigid sort of way, which means the edge, if it was taken, would carry to slip, and then he only gets into the position with his bent front knee afterwards. And a couple of other examples of that here. You can see where he's pushing away from his body and not really in control of the shot, rather rigid, and the ball could have carried into the gully. And in fact, in the end, he gets out in exactly this way, playing away from his body and getting an edge to slip. This is an area that top class fast bowlers will really focus on. But you can't fault his discipline or his attitude, and this little shot brought up his 150. It's his 12th first class 100 and his 5th 100 in his last 12 innings. He is really insatiable for making runs. Obviously he gets that from his Australian upbringing. If he can sort out that little area outside off stump and get a little bit tighter, I think the selectors will bank for him for this first test here in June against Sri Lanka. He can be inked in at the top of the order with Alastair Cook. Stephen Finn is back to something near his best. He's taken 15 wickets in 2 matches for Middlesex since his horrors of the winter. This was one of them, and his rhythm, his pace, his accuracy looks back to his best. England really need Finn firing on all cylinders to give them that potency they lacked in the winter. So keep that going, Stephen, and you'll be in that side as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also to tweet me your questions at Cricket Analyst. And I said we're going to do a countdown to the greatest catches ever taken. Send me your suggestions for that title, and here's a little teaser.